Hey guys, how are you? What's going on? I hope everyone had a good day today. Someone dropped a gift. You guys are just so sway. Thank you, only me 23. I appreciate you. Let me pull up my let's see who got it. Can we get some Sundays in the chat? Can we get some Sundays? If you have Sunday emojis, drop some Sundays. Okay, that's number one. Or some bingos, whichever one you like, because people used to play bingo at church. Okay. So some Sundays, some bingos, some prayer hands. You could do prayer hands, you could drop some little angels. Okay. All of the things. Miss Munch 08, baby. Guess what? You just got gifted. Okay. You just got gifted. Okay. You got gifted by our good friend, Only Me 23. What's going on, everybody? I'm not gonna lie, I'm still feeling a little tired from that epically long reading that we did the other night. Y'all, I'm still like, ooh, that was a lot. Okay. That was a lot, but it was fun. I did really enjoy it. And I was trying to think of well, I was going through comments, and answering comments back. And let me see. I'm going to drop the call in. Anyone who wants to call in. Thank you, Soul Power. Okay. Soul Power, thank you, hun. Let me scroll down. Soul Power, Shar Willie, baby, guess what? Wait, was gifted. Oh, Bible Lady gifted a membership to Shar Willie, and Soul Power gifted Blessed Lady E. Okay. I'm gonna drop the call in. You guys call in. I would love to hear from you guys. We haven't done like a dedicated call in a minute. And I would love to know. Thank you, Shay. Thank you so much. And thank you, always a lady. Okay, let me go back to my monitor. Always a lady. Clear ashes. Guess what? You just got gifted. Okay. You just literally got gifted. Drop some Sundays or some bingos. Shay B, AC, prominent woman, kind of fun. No, not Bless Lady E. Bless Lady E was already a member. And sense isn't common. Okay. Okay. Sense is not common. Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I always miss one. Well, did I? Sometimes it just doesn't show, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming right out the box and gifting. You guys are amazing. And it's so nice because it's the gift that gives to other friends. So thank you so much, you guys, already. But yeah, so yesterday's live was fun. We were talking about the Naziah Harris case. As far as like a lively conversation and something interesting, because it's definitely a head scratcher, like what happened and what's going on there. But definitely we want to make sure, to continue to bring some awareness, because the young lady still has not been found and is presumed dead. So we're hoping and praying for the best, that if the outcome that the Detroit police says is the outcome to expect, that her remains can be found and brought home as soon as possible. Shout out to the sponsors. Okay. To a good sponsor. Thank you for those of you sponsoring tonight. Okay. We have a caller, guys. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. Y'all have a caller, and I'm gonna be brief. If 504 is in the audience, I'm gonna be brief too. How you doing, Fran?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I'm not getting any feedback. I'm gonna put my headphones on. I didn't even put any headphones on because I wasn't prepared. Now I think you're in my ears. Let me see. Okay, can you say something?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in my ears now. Okay. Good.
Okay. So I have a question. I just have a question, or a kind of a what do you think? Because
Sure.
of course, I spend my time on the YouTube streets, so I'm not, not going to say where or when, but there's like a little bit of
Girl,
I know,
you,
I need to
I
get
won't ask. I won't ask because
and I'm
I
not going to tell. There you go.
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's how we do. We from the hood, so
That's
that's
how
how we do.
girl, minding my business.
There you
Okay.
go.
Minding the business that pays me.
That literally
Okay.
pays
And your
you.
business doesn't pay me, so I don't mind it, right? Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
You got it. So, but anyway, I just have a question because this kind of disturbed me a little bit. But
Yes.
we have our own opinions. So, there was something going around saying that, well, we should not necessarily be that excited about the new, response from the prosecution because um, it could still be thrown. Well, we know. I know in theory it could still be thrown out anyway. I mean, I get that, but uh, based on the fact that they could challenge Shirley's, Shirley's permission, giving him permission to use the car. I don't know. They were basically saying they can challenge. The judge could still throw it out. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm gonna leave it with that.
Was that person like a legal analyst or is that person, I'm not a legal analyst. I don't have a
Right.
legal background. I'm not licensed. I'm not sitting on any bar. I'm just giving my layperson's opinion.
Right.
So I'm going
Well,
to
see,
speak
funny.
for me first. I'm a layperson. So is this person a legal analyst or is this
Well,
person a layperson?
well, the consensus was from the non-legal, some non-legal opinions.
Okay.
But interestingly enough, the legal person was the one who was saying that no, this is kind of ironclad because they stated that he didn't, he was using the vehicle, and he was not legally married to Shirley at the time. So therefore, he was not authorized to use it. Not authorized, not authorized to use it. Not authorized to give permission. Um, you know what I'm trying to say because I'm forgetting what I'm trying to say. Not authorized.
Well, I don't
to
want to say, I don't want to put anything on it because I didn't hear it and I don't
Right.
want to put 20 on 10 or 5 on 10. I don't know anything about it. This is
Basically,
what I'm going to say. But if you came to my house, like if you came to my house and I loaned you my car, say you were here visiting me for the weekend and I loaned you my vehicle. And even if I gave you permission to use my vehicle, you got stopped. I didn't know you had warrants in 50 states. They pulled you over and you had 10 suitcases of pot. And you're saying that it was an illegal search. I don't know what the law is on that because you had permission for the vehicle, but you're not the owner of the vehicle. Even if Shirley gave him permission to drive the car. So let's say the car is not stolen. Okay. He has permission to drive the car. That doesn't give you, it's not your property. So I said that months ago when we were talking to Joey, and I said, well, what if they called her and got her permission to search the vehicle? Because it is her vehicle, right? And I can't remember what happened from that. I would have to go back to that live when we talked about this. It may not matter that he had permission, even though it was fraudulently. First of all, if you want to claim privacy, you don't own the vehicle. You may have had permission to drive it, but you don't own the vehicle. And furthermore, the fact that you had permission, that's fine. However, at the end of the day, he's claiming that he has the right of privacy and the privileges of ownership, but the car is not registered to you. You're not paying for the vehicle. It's not in your possession. You didn't claim it for the divorce. And what else? I mean, just because you're using it and it's your quote unquote wife's, you're not getting the privilege as a husband, because since all of this has transpired, your fraudulent marriage has been exposed. So you can't get the privileges of a husband because you're not. You can't get the privileges of rights of common property because you're not married. And then all you get is the fact that, okay, you're driving a car that doesn't belong to you. And whether she gave permission for the car to be searched or not, at the end of the day, he's saying that it was his car and it's not. And he's saying that he's trying to enjoy the privileges of privacy of his
and of
vehicle
marriage.
search, and it's not your vehicle. It's not your vehicle, and you don't get the privileges of it being your vehicle through marriage because your marriage was null and void. And also on top of that, the owner of the vehicle is saying that she didn't even know that she was the person who it was registered to. Now, I think they said at the time of the purchase. So I don't know if eventually she became aware, just like she became aware he hired a third attorney. She may have became aware that he registered in her name and he bought it in her name. But according to her, and Will says that she would testify,
Right.
okay, under
part.
oath. That's not something to play with. We've seen people lie on the stand and get thrown in jail. That happened in YSL. They probated that man's probation, sent him to jail for 5 years because Judge Page was like, don't come up in here and lie. So he was on probation. They probated his probation 5 years, sent his ass right back to jail because he lied. He was supposed to be giving truthful testimony and did not. So if you know what I'm saying, like that would be making the assumption that Shirley's going to get on the stand and tell a lie. She says she didn't know that he bought it in her name. If you have someone who is credible and someone who is like, yes, I found out like a year later because the paper came to the house, but I didn't know he did it. So that would have been a fraud. And then on top of the fact, you're not even really married because you're married to 2 other people. I mean, he can contest it if he wants to, but at the end of the day, if everything that was presented, in my opinion, to the judge, based on those facts alone, I think it's going to be denied.
Right.
I mean,
I think so too. And
doesn't make any sense.
The other the legal mind came to that consensus as well. So I think so too. I was just trying to, basically gain your opinion. Because it was an opposition, and so I just wanted to, see get a feeler for someone else's opinion on whether they would. I mean, I know he's going to fight for of course he's going to fight for his client. He's going to use anything. He's going to fight for his client. He may even say that, well, at the time, Mr. Williams thought that he was married. So therefore he wanted to invoke marital privilege, and you had, didn't give
and he did
the vehicle.
And he did.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. Because in actuality, he was not. Right. And we're not, and as it's stated in the motion, and we're not going to entertain allowing privilege for, in the case where there's been a fraud or a theft. In this case, there's been a twofold fraud.
Right.
There was marriage fraud, and there was also some identity theft and financial transaction fraud, because at the end of the day, if Shirley wasn't aware that her name was being used to secure a loan and to purchase a vehicle, I mean, there's some more charges right there.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? That's even more fraud.
And I agree with you, because I believe a fact is a fact, and the fact is that you were not legally married. So period. I mean, that is a fact.
It's not legally married. Yeah.
And that is what it is.
I mean, people downplay marriage, but just like Will said, excuse the dogs. Will stated that there are over 1,100 privileges from certain rights and privileges, along with taxes, benefits, many different things that you have afforded to you through marriage. And the fact that she Shirley was in a fraudulent marriage, deprived
Mm-mm-mm.
her of her benefits, that she was operating and conducting herself as though she was married to this man, and this man was married to potentially at least two, possibly three other women, at least one, possibly two, maybe even three. So the privileges that he is trying to flex to be able to say that that is my vehicle. First of all, even if you were married, it's not like
Your
he's sitting on the
vehicle.
phone with Sonia saying, well, who's that? The car. I'm going to say something to blow your mind. That vehicle is registered to so and so. You're not going to believe who really owns that car. So he was already trying to pass it off on Shirley.
Yeah.
Now you want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about it's your car. Well, it's
Right.
not your car. Did you speak up at the divorce hearing and say, "Oh,
Certainly
by
did
the way,
not.
I want my F-350"?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. That's
Yeah,
not your
that
car.
I agree with you. So yeah, thank you. I just wanted your opinion on that. But one other thing, and then I'm going to drop down. And the other thing is, okay, so we're back and forth about this fake money, right? I mean, I'm back and forth in my mind because I've gone from it allegedly being counterfeit money to like fake money, like literal prop money, because of the description of it. So, what's your opinion about it? What do you think that it could be? I mean, allegedly, and think about it. What do you think about that?
So you think it was like a box of Monopoly money or strip club money, strip
Y-
club dollars?
Yeah, something like
You think it
yes,
was
like
like
play money, like play
you think
money.
it was like Magic City dollars?
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying something that is used as currency that's not currency. And
right.
if you trade your money in at Magic City or your local strip club, you'll get strip club cash, right? You can swipe your card for $1,000 and they'll give you, you know, the butt naked club dollars. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
um I don't think that's what it was. Let's see. Let me
Because
go
why
to
would they have
the
a question about it? Why would that be listed as something that they feel they need to report if it was literally just like you said, Magic City money?
let's see. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm not
Oh no, you don't have to apologize.
y'all included.
Um box of money. So but okay, this is the see, I don't know. For me, I'm just going with what's on the screen. It says fake. Okay, so it says fake money, box of money, in parentheses, fake
Fake
money,
money?
question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So
So
that reads a little bit differently now to me in my head.
we don't know what was on, like, who him. So so as it stated, box of money, in
Could it be
parentheses.
asking the question, is it fake money? That's what it's looking like to me now. Are they asking it, they're saying
Well,
it's a box of money. Fake money?
maybe Sean wants a report stating that it went to the Georgia Crime Lab and the money was assessed and it was certified counterfeit. Or maybe it's, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
me, I'm okay with not knowing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what they mean by fake money question mark. I think it's possible when it says fake money question mark, I'm just assuming that he's questioning the validity
Of the
of
money.
whether the money is valid or not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on the report that they were given, like the discovery list, maybe um, they stated counterfeit money or
Right.
money and counterfeit, but maybe he's not wanting to cop to that particular phrasing. But I guarantee you, if it was $50,000, I think it would say $50,000 in
Right.
cash. If it was
Okay.
$100,000, they would say they would have done a money count. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because they're putting that into evidence. You don't just like, oh, take a box of money. I think they probably would have stipulated $100,000 in, X number of hundreds, X number of, they would have given an amount. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they're stipulating fake money, maybe they called it counterfeit. They called it counterfeit. Now, maybe there's more information regarding this box of money and we'll learn about it later. But Sean just said box of money. You know what I
But
mean? So
see,
I don't know
yeah,
what that means. I'm
but
assuming
looking at this,
questionable, because
looking
if
at
it were
this,
not, they would have just gave a total.
right. But looking at this to me kind of dispels the thought of it being prop money for me. I mean, my opinion, being prop money, because you're actually in referring to it as box of money, and then in parentheses you're questioning whether the money is real or fake. So I'm thinking that it appears to be real,
Right.
but
I
you're
would say
questioning
fake
whether
money.
it's fake. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's saying fake money to me, and that sounds like something Nesto would do. Like
Yes.
that
Yeah.
sounds Nesto to me.
Ish. Yeah.
A box
Ish.
of counterfeit cash, why
Oh
not?
gosh.
And also, Erica King, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
would these people be above, I mean, a camo bag, one camo bag with a wallet with 3 driver's license. What does that mean? Like, are they fake identities? Are they one valid, 2 expired, credit card, 3 credit cards? Like, why are they in a camo bag? Now, what is a camo bag? Is it a camo purse? It is a camo duffel bag? I don't know. You know what I mean? So I feel like until we get to because see, right now we don't even have the next court date till June. Like for me, I'm the type of person, if I really wanted to think about this, it would bother me. So because there's no court date anytime soon, I'm just
Hmm.
like, girl, you know what I'm saying? One
Yeah.
Samsung, one Plus, 3 TCL phone. Whose phones were those? I don't know. They had a bunch of phones, they had credit cards, they had multiple identifications, buku computers, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Checkbooks.
I definitely see why they would want this thrown out. But yeah, okay, so yeah, I do. I definitely see that. Anyway, I'm gonna let somebody else call up.
Well, and if
Okay.
they threw it out, let's just say they threw it out.
Mm-hmm.
The repercussions of throwing this out would also probably vacate potentially Erica King's
Conviction.
yeah.
Yep.
If you throw it, if they sentenced her
Yep.
based on evidence that was procured from, they charged her and she pled guilty
Yep.
to 17 felonies
Yep.
and 1 misdemeanor, because I counted the other day. 17 felonies and 1 misdemeanor, and all of a sudden they want to throw out as an illegal search, then they're going to have to overturn her conviction,
Mm-hmm.
which that happens. But
Yep.
if she can't be guilty and Nesto be innocent.
Yep.
She pled guilty. She pled guilty to all of this. She took 17 felonies and 10 years with 3 years of probation. 10 years. So 10 years. What was it? 10 years, 9 suspended to serve 1 and 3 years of probation. So at any time during the probation, that might not have been all of it, but at any time during I mean, she's got 9 plus years on the line.
Mm-hmm.
3 years under a supervised probation. So she could, you know, that's a hefty situation. And she's also walking around with 17 felonies. And she pled guilty to all of this.
All
She
of them.
covered all of it. She said, yeah, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if Nesto is trying to say, well, you violated my privacy and you didn't have a right to search my vehicle. Well, it wasn't your vehicle and Shirley's not your wife. How about that? It's not your vehicle. Shirley's not your wife. And then on top of that, Shirley said when you did buy it, you bought it without her permission or her consent. You just came home and the shit was already in her name.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I
Okay.
can't hear you, Gloria.
Okay. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Am I
Hello?
missing something? Can you guys hear Glorious? And I can't.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Glorious?
I'll hang
Gloria?
up.
I don't know why I can't hear.
I'll go now.
Uh,
I'll hang up. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yes. I
Okay.
thought that was me. I was like, "Oh my god."
Well,
Okay. Uh-huh.
I thought it was because I did is just reconnected my mic. Okay, I don't know what's happening now, but anyway, okay, bye.
Okay, take care. Thank you for
All right,
calling.
bye
Okay.
bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, that was a great call. I appreciate it. Look, if no one else is calling in, then you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I bet she told them folk that Nesto was stealing Shirley's money. I bet she told them folk. I bet who's she? Oh, Erica. You think that she told the police that Nesto was stealing Shirley's money? I don't think we needed a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So did Nasty have fake IDs for Shirley too for Erica to use? We don't have that on the list. Yeah, what if that was Erica King went into the dealership pretending to be Shirley with Shirley's ID? Maybe she didn't even have fake ID. Maybe she just had Shirley's ID. Okay, we're on the same page because Erica Nesto did that Zoom, which got them arrested. Okay, hold on a second. Let me play that. Why not? Let's see. Where am I? Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me disconnect my phone from this. Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. I wasn't prepared. Y'all, somebody one of the lives recently. Oh, I guess it's not on here. Okay. Oh, maybe it's on this one. Portia Hush. One second, guys. Babe, can you get her, please? Hey guys, it's Dog Central right now. Just 1 second. Okay. Add to the stage. Look at the crown and look down below. She look. Let's listen to this. And some of you guys, we're talking about the Charleston White thing. Charleston, I listened to Tasha K and Charleston White, and I felt like Charleston has his look. I don't. Charleston knows how to tell this story, and I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm sure. I mean, he says that's what happened. I'm just gonna wait till they call him as a witness. And it's not because I don't believe him. I just don't know. I try not to get too vested and believe anything that's not on paper. I haven't seen Charleston White on a witness list or anything, so I'm not saying I don't believe him. I feel like it could definitely be true. I don't know. When he shows up in court and I'm going to be like, "Oh shit." You know what I mean? Like I just want to see all the facts of the case. I haven't seen him on anything. I haven't even seen a police report with his name on it. So, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. When he shows up in court, I'm going to be very interested. Like that's cool. You know what I mean? Like he says that happened to him. I'm okay. Shirley Strawberry put money on Nesto's books after they took her G-Wagon and wedding ring. Okay. What I mean, she knows she married a crook. Okay, let's listen to this. I feel like we've seen this before. Hopefully I didn't we're just gonna see what happened here. I don't. You know what? I think I probably talked during this at some point. So let me see if I can find one where. Let's see. Where it'll be uninterrupted. I don't. The Erica King bail hearing where this is one thing that I heard that I hadn't heard before. I knew that they took a picture in Erica's office, the one that they did the Zoom hearing in, but apparently Natalie Fields took a picture in at Erica King's desk also, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find it in here. Erica King. Oh, here. Okay, let's see. So, do you feel like there was something wrong with Shirley putting money on Nesto's books after he got arrested and her car was taken? I mean, I don't know. I never really thought about how I would feel if my husband were arrested, detained, and they came and took my vehicle. Um, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to think about that. That's one of those things I would say that's on her. Are we that far behind? Okay. He had her fooled. We know that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to I have to just say I wouldn't be in that position. So that's how I feel about that. I know that that's, for some people, oh, you should never say never. I just feel like there's some things I know about me, and I don't think I'm going to be in that position. So I just, girl, I don't know. I don't know what to. I cannot. Shirley putting money on his books is because she felt like she thought her husband was coming home next week. You know what I'm saying? Trelo, thank you. I think she felt like her husband was coming home next week, and that's what she was operating off of for a while until she figured out he was not coming home. And then based on that, um, and then also probably getting additional information that made her change her mind. So I get it. I'd have felt some kind of way too. Okay. October. When was Erica King's? Okay. It's like, oh my God, to have to remember when these people were uh so July 7, 2022. I'm trying to find Erica King's hearing if I can even find it. 127, 10, 2, 23. I don't even know if it's still in here. 2023. Oh, here we go. Is this one it? Maybe this might be it. Let's see. There she goes. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
I might need to go back a little bit.
Possessing a info concerning a person, false statements or writing, conceal facts or frauding a 552 statements, and one the unordained 0896, forgery in the first degree. All right, let's see.
There's Erica King right here.
94 days without indictment, pretrial, position 14, 22 CP 210896, forgery in the first degree, knowingly filing a false document against a person.
I need to join the.
Mr. Ivory, can you please keep your microphone muted?
All right. Knowingly filing a false document against a person ×2, impersonating another in the acknowledgement of a recognizance, bail, or judgment. Forgery in the first degree. There's 3 counts of that, false statements, and 1 the unauthorized practice of law. And there was no bond on that as of July 23rd, 2022. Position 15, State of Georgia versus Erica Hughley, 22 CP 212559. Forgery in the first degree, identity theft and fraud when using or possessing a info concerning a person, false statements or writing, conceal facts or fraudulent documents in matters of government, knowingly alter, conceal, cover up, create, and file a false document, impersonated another in the acknowledgement of a recognizance, bail, or judgment, unauthorized practice of law, forgery in the first degree. And I'm sorry, there are 2 identity theft fraud when using, possessing, identifying info concerning a person. Trial.
10 cycles. Last felony conviction was in 2004 for theft by taking and forgery. And there's also two separate cases in 2004. The second case is for financial identity fraud, forgery, and financial transaction card theft. And nothing further on.
All right. Callaway.
Yes, Your Honor. It would be permissible for me to share my screen. I have some exhibits that I would like to show the court.
Can I say this too? Let me say this. How do we know that one of the financial transaction identity theft charges that Erica King had on her was not a charge impersonating Shirley? We don't know that. Now, we know that she impersonated April Holloway. We know that she impersonated Nicole Mormon. We know that she also used Nicholas Benzine's name. We know she used multiple people's name and had multiple aliases, but we don't know what the charges that she pled guilty to specifically. Were any of those potentially Shirley's name on any of that? Now, some of the things, now I didn't see Shirley's name, but it's possible. It's possible because they also know Prost a bunch of stuff too. She, on top of the 17 felonies that she copped to, there were still other felony cases that she had that they know Prost. They didn't drop them. They didn't dismiss them. They know Prost them. So if she wants to fool around on her probation and then she wants to mess around, they could bring back those other charges and they can also probate her probation. Okay, they can probate her time and put her right in the slammer, straight to penitentiary. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and listen to this. But as far as a box of cash money, maybe we'll hear that in here. Maybe they'll mention that. Okay.
For Ayala?
Yes.
Okay. As long as it's Ayala.
Erica is right here. Let me see if I can zoom her in. Hold on. Let me switch to this screen. Hold on. Let's see. So this is her lawyer in the middle, Bianca Calloway. Okay. That's her lawyer. Erica King is right there. Okay. When they started, they asked her to raise her hand. That is her. That's her. Okay. That's her lawyer right there in the middle. Okay.
It's okay. Here we go. It still won't let me share it, but I can continue until we can get that. It's still saying I need permission to share.
Go ahead.
Okay. But I'll go ahead and, because I don't want to waste the court's time. So, Your Honor, Mrs. Hughley, and also I want to just first point out by saying that her name is in fact Mrs. King. She was booked in under Mrs. Erica Hughley. Erroneously, she was arrested for a warrant out of Florida, which turned out to be resolved. So her name is actually Erica King, but she's booked.
Remember we talked about that a couple of weeks ago? I said she had a warrant in Florida and it is not resolved. I'm going to be honest. When I looked her up in I think it was Sarasota, right? It might have been out of Tampa. I've got it over by my other computer. That warrant is still there. So we looked that up about 3-4 weeks ago. Erica King, sis, if you're in the bushes, baby, you still got that warrant, honey. They have not canceled that thing out for a bad check.
Looking under as Erica Hughley, and that becomes important because some of the documents that I have say Erica King on that, but that is in fact her true name. So I'm sorry, Erica King. Erica King is 46 years old, and she was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, with and around her family and friends. She lived in Atlanta most of her life. She did leave briefly to attend college, but moved back to Atlanta and is currently living in the Roswell area. She attends Greater Zion Hill Baptist Church in Smyrna, Georgia. I had a letter to show the court from the deacon saying that she is a regular attendant and that the church will be there to support her while she's going through this case. She's enjoyed a decade-long career as a publicist and has a degree in that field. Her past employers include Turner Broadcasting, WSB-TV Atlanta, and many others. She also volunteers at the Covenant House Atlanta, which is a shelter for homeless teens. So she's very active in her community. But one of the most important things that I want to point out about her not being a significant risk of fleeing is that Mrs. King was arrested on July 11, 2020. We can get that. It's still saying I need permission. Under a warrant out of Florida, which turned out to be resolved. So her name is actually Erica King, but she's booked in under as Erica Hughley, and that becomes important because some of the documents that I have say Erica King on that, but that is in fact her true name. So I'm sorry, Erica King. Erica King is 46 years old, and she was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, with and around her family and friends. She lived in Atlanta most of her life. She did leave briefly to attend college, but moved back to Atlanta and is currently living in the Roswell area. She attends Greater Zion Hill Baptist Church in Smyrna, Georgia. I had a letter to show the court from the deacon saying that she is a regular attendant and that the church will be there to support her while she's going through this case. She's enjoyed a decade-long career as a publicist and has a degree in that field. Her past employers include Turner Broadcasting, WSB-TV Atlanta, and many others. She also volunteers at the Covenant House Atlanta, which is a shelter for homeless teens. So she's very active in her community. But one of the most important things that I want to point out about her not being a significant risk of fleeing is that Mrs. King.
I'm not trying to be funny, but her volunteering at Covenant House makes me like me thinking about her volunteering with at-risk youth makes me, it's like a fox in the hen house type thing, because sometimes people want to have access in places with vulnerable people, and a con woman is not someone who needs to be in a environment where people are at risk. You know what I mean? She's a convicted con woman, and being around at-risk youth, and most of the time, if you guys know what Covenant House is, at least in New York, most of the time these kids were either drug addicted and being trafficked and or both. One or the other, or both. Runaways, throwaways, prostitution, drug addicts. These are some real at-risk youth, and someone who is on player status. No offense to, this woman, if she's changed her life and she never tried to influence anyone in the negative, but to me, I wouldn't want someone like that under my roof, as far as if I were a director of something like that. There's just no way she would have access to people who are impressionable and easily influenced to doing the wrong things.
Arrested on July the 11th, 2022. During that time, her home was searched. She knew that this case was going on, that these allegations were being alleged against her, but she was too. King was arrested on July the 11th, 2022. During that time, her home was searched. She knew that this
She was arrested July 11th, 2022. So what was that? 4 days after Nesto, right?
case was going on, that these allegations were being alleged against her. But she was booked in and she was released. She did not attempt to flee. When they came back to rearrest her a couple of days, about a week or so later, on July the 11th, she was there at her home. She was allowed to dress, get her prescription medications, and be taken into the facility with no incident. So we think that is important for the court to know. Also, she poses no significant threat or danger to any person, community, or property. And another one of my exhibits were when she was first booked into Fulton County Jail, just like every other inmate there, she was given an interview by pretrial services. And after reviewing her history, their release recommendation was that she meets the criteria for unsecured judicial release. So that's what we will be asking for today. For nearly 2 decades, she's had no felony convictions, as we just heard from pretrial. No failure to appear, no violent charges. There are no violent charges in both of these cases. No probation violations. And so again, pretrial services and their pretrial report, which I have here, just states that she meets the criteria for unsecured judicial release. Also, she does have a co-defendant in this case, but she poses no risk of intimidating witnesses. Actually, that co-defendant was her employer. These allegations stem from her employment and her involvement in that person, which we are finding out more and more that he has a pattern of manipulating women and getting them, to be involved in these types of things. So we think that she was just kind of taken advantage of in her course of employment. But of course, a no contact order. Ms. King has no reason and no desire to contact the co-defendant in this case. But most importantly, what I want to say about Ms. King is that when she was arrested in this case, she had just been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. As I'm sure the court is aware, it's a debilitating disease of the brain and spinal cord. It attacks the central nervous system. So basically, her immune system is attacking her central nervous system, and she's having trouble communicating, that communication problems between her brain and the rest of her body. Before she was brought into custody, she lost sight in her left eye, which is how she was alerted to go to the hospital and be diagnosed with this. Since then, I have a letter here from her doctor, Dr. Diana Vargas, with the Brain Health Center, the Emory Brain Health Center, who wrote me a letter letting me know that she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and she had developed optic neurosis, again losing sight in her eye, and as of now she has 10 lesions on her brain. And so because of this, if this disease is not treated, it will progress and she could possibly end up being severely disabled. The South Annex Jail does not have the capabilities and the resources to provide her with this much needed medical attention. The only thing they can give her right now is pain medications. So when she was booked in with a list of 10 medications. She brought the medications with her that she gave them to Fulton County Jail, gave them to the nurse, and they were supposed to be administered. Some of those prescriptions just cannot be administered or cannot be fulfilled by the jail. So she's in custody now, and she's in South Annex, which we are all aware South Annex is, just to be completely truthful, the conditions.
The challenge.
Yeah, they're deplorable. I mean, she because of her condition, she can't sleep on a bunk, so she's basically sleeping on a boat on the floor. And that means that when the jail floods, which it does often, she's laying, her palate is laying in feces and food. And with this medical, the more I go see her, the sicker I can tell she is. And there's nothing that South Annex can do to accommodate her condition. And so we are asking that she be released on an ankle monitor so that she can take care of these health problems and come back to court. And again, her history is showing, even though she 2 decades ago, she may have had a felony history, sure, but she was able to successfully complete her probation and no violent charges right now. And also I want to point out, she has been in custody for 93 days with no indictment in violation of OCGA 17750. So technically she's entitled to a bond. So we're asking the court to set a reasonable bond today with conditions so that she can get out and take care of her medical illness. And also, and I, of course, I know I've been speaking with the state. I know that there are more charges that they are to come. I've spoken with her about her possibly speaking with the state and resolving these cases. So it could be we may not be there yet, but it could be a point where we're going to be walking her in under a proffer to kind of resolve these cases, because so many are coming out of this, just a few transactions. And if you read the warrants, a lot of this stuff is repetitive. A few things happen, and they're hitting a lot of charges. And so we would just ask the court to take that in consideration and grant Ms. King a bond today.
Okay, so you heard Bianca Calloway speak on, so right here where it says South Annex in the middle, second one down. Hopefully you guys can see my arrow right here. Okay. Yes. Okay. You guys can see it. So 93 days. She hadn't been. So this is obviously, God, this was 10/25/22, 10/25/22, right? So she didn't get out right away, but she did get out. I feel like it was March. She got out in March. If I remember correctly, she got out in March of 23. Okay. But they talked about her talking to the state, that Bianca had been talking to the state, and that they intended for her to come in on a proffer, which is coming in with information to help prosecute the case. And that's what she did, right? That's what the lawyer set up. On 10/25, Nesto goes to court a week later. Remember, Nesto was in court on October 31st with Bimal Chopra. Okay.
Says the state. Oh, and by the way, just real quickly, Ms. Kelly, where is she going to live?
She is going to live in Roswell.
Fulton County. Gotcha. What says the state?
What's the address in Roswell?
1701 Napa Valley Court, Southeast Smyrna, Georgia. Is that correct, Ms. Hewley? That's correct.
I apologize, Judge, and
Sorry.
I apologize for asking that, Judge. I just wanted to. We need to drill down on all the facts in this case, because there's a whole lot of fraud going on here. Okay. Nice to see you, Judge.
You too.
Nice to see you as well, Ms. Calloway. I have heard about the MS thing before, and we did ask, at one point, can we see some documentation of this? We haven't seen it yet. I heard her say that she has a document. I haven't seen it. What we do know about this defendant is she has 3 open cases in Fulton County: 22 CP 212559, 22 CP 210896, and 22 CR 00421G. That misdemeanor is important, however, in this case, because that misdemeanor involves her sister and involves slashing her sister's tires. And that same sister is the person who has full custody of Ms. King's child. And if you actually go back and read the bond motion filed by Ms. King in this particular case, it states that Ms. King has full custody. She does not. We've spoken to Corliss King in this case. So whatever Ms. King was trying to get across there, it was not truthful. Ms. King's statement. I need to correct the record quickly on her history. She actually has 11 cycles in Georgia, Judge. There was a 2002, and these are all convictions, by the way, 2002 financial identity fraud, forgery in the first, financial transaction card theft, guilty. That was out of DeKalb County, 03CR1972. There was 2002 ID fraud, financial transaction card fraud. Those were guilty. That was out of Fulton, 04SC24263. There was another 2002 ID fraud ×4, that was guilty, 04SC16142, out of Fulton. And then there was a 2003 theft by taking, forgery on the first ×2, guilty, out of Gwinnett, 03B32963. Now, The defendant in this case has used many, many names, 5 that are really important to this case, including the identities of people from other states. In fact, when her house in Roswell was raided in this particular case, they recovered documents from other people, and just a quick list of things that will let you know how deep this case goes. And this will likely be a RICO case if it goes forward. Now, I did hear Ms. Calloway talk about a proffer. I do think I heard police inform me about that earlier. And I do think that Ms. Calloway and I had mentioned it briefly one time. So that might be a thing. I'm not sure. Okay, I couldn't speak to that, but this will likely be a RICO case if we have to indict this. The reason it's not indicted yet, because we do have full information, is because there are additional warrants coming, at least 2 more sets of warrants she's going to end up being arrested on here, Judge, all spanning from other things that are going on here. The 2 cases that are in front of the court today have to do with her perpetrating a fraud on the court, actually in Fulton County. She was actually stole an attorney's identity named April Holloway. Her identifying information was found in Ms. King's house when it was raided by RPD. In fact, one of these hearings was actually broadcast from the house that was raided by RPD in this particular case. There's actually a very kind of funny picture with the detective in the case sitting right in the chair that they actually broadcast the hearing from when they actually raided that place. But just to give you an idea about what's going on here. When they raided that house, the defendant, to first of all get the house, she had posed as a real estate agent, got paid by the people who were renting the house, and then proceeded to forge the documents used to lease those houses. And at that point, never pay rent. So that was a fraud right there. Then after they moved in, things that were recovered there: fraudulent documents related to attorneys who were identities were stolen by her. We know of 3 at this point. Fraudulent notary seal, fraudulent Superior Court stamp, fraudulent law firm documents. They actually created their own fraudulent law firm in this case. And I mean, they did a lot to create it too. It was actually impressive. I admire the work ethic that was put into this fraud. They fraudulently filed documents with the courts. They had stolen IDs from different schemes involving other defendants. They had forged court bonding documents that they had, and these things look real. We had to dig deep to find out with the various people that they were not, as a matter of fact. They had blank stock certificates. They had forged car titles, which they've actually been filing in multiple states, not just the state of Georgia. They had forged bar documents in their house, Judge, for other. They had certificates of standing for India Young, who, by the way, she had posed as in 2019 in a 2019 CR case. That case was actually null-prossed in Fulton County. It was a forgery in the 3rd degree, but still, she did that under the name India Young, which also comes up in this particular case. There were documents with the seal of the state of Bar of Georgia on them. It's just dishonest, untrustworthy. Nothing that she says can really be believed. When the police showed up at the raid, and she said that she had to have some medical equipment with her, and I confirmed this with them again the other day to make sure I hadn't heard it wrong. She said that she had an oxygen tank with her. The only problem was it wasn't actually hooked up. It wasn't doing anything, but she claimed that it was. She also said that she was having a medical emergency on scene. EMS was called to tend to her. There was nothing wrong in that particular case, Judge. She is an A&C recidivist. I would also like to point that out to the court as well. Let me see here. In both of these cases that are in front of the court today, she lied on a Zoom call. These are both on Zoom recordings that we have the video of in the DA's office, Judge. She lied.
I cannot wait to see that.
The second call was actually, she wanted to have a hearing. It was in front of another judge. She wanted to have a hearing. She put up her name, April Holloway, at the bottom. She said she needed to present evidence to the court, logged off, logged back on, and April Holloway disappeared and Erica King appeared at the bottom. She told the judge very quickly, "Oh no, that's my paralegal." Well, it wasn't her paralegal, it was actually her. And the person sitting next to her in both of these hearings, as Ms. Calloway has referred to, that there's another co-defendant involved. There is indeed, was the co-defendant that Ms. Calloway was talking about earlier, and that was Mr. Ernest Williams. The amount of fraud that's going on here, it's not that she stopped doing it. We've talked to people in her life going back years at this point. It's not that she ever really stopped doing it. It's that she got better at it. And it took a while to get caught. And now that she has been caught because they got so brazen, about the fraud that they were perpetrating on the court. She has charges most likely coming from other jurisdictions potentially at this point too, along with her co-defendant. We're still waiting to see how that irons out. But that said, Judge, when we take a look at Ayala here, when we take a look at the risk to reoffend, whether she's likely to commit a felony, she's not just likely, she's certain to commit a felony. And when she's released, and she is entitled to a bond at this point. Ms. Calloway is correct on that point, but she is certain to commit a felony. Her history of brazen fraud is actually remarkable in this case. They got away with it for a long time. Her risk to reoffend, almost a certainty. Her likelihood to reappear, this is a tough one, but she had stolen identities from people in several states. At one point, she had warrants for her out of Florida. I don't think those warrants are active anymore, or I would have announced those to the court as well, but I don't believe that they are. But her co-defendant certainly has warrants active in other states, and her co-defendant had at one point talked about leaving the country. Also, with as much skill as this defendant has at forging documents, and trust me, it is a lot of skill. I mean, there are some good forgeries, but forgeries nonetheless. We are really concerned about her skipping out. It's easy to cut. It's easy to cut an ankle monitor and run, Judge. The likelihood to influence a witness, I don't really see necessarily any evidence that that would necessarily be the case, so I don't see a need to drill down to that one. But as far as the risk that she poses to the community, she's stolen people's identities, she's harmed reputations, she's abused the judicial process brazenly, and we know that she's committed crimes across state lines. Like I said, she's been washing car titles in other states. I believe it's Wyoming where she's washed several of them, or Montana, or one of the two at this point. We know that there's been activity in Tennessee. We know that there's been activity in Florida, and I believe it's Texas and Arizona also have activity as well from this particular defendant. When we take all those things into consideration from the state's perspective, we think about what bond she should be assigned in this case. I think nothing less than a $10,000 cash bond per charge would be appropriate in this particular matter, with terms of not to leave the state, to surrender her passport in 24 hours, to be given an ankle monitor, and this is if she's able to make the bond, to be under 24-hour house arrest with the exceptions of medical and court, and to have no contact with victims in this case, being Shirley Strawberry, which is also the wife of the co-defendant in this particular case, Mr. Ernest Williams, April Holloway, Nicholas Benzine, India Young, Tammy Strong, and Sheridan Strawberry, who's the daughter of Shirley Strawberry, have no contact with their defendant or co-defendant, Ernest Williams, and to not associate or reside with any known felons as well, Judge.
Great.
Right.
Can we make it?
Well, damn, guys, that was a considerable list, right? Now I'm just going to flip for 1 second. Are we looking at this list a little bit different? So these are things that were obtained in Erica King's house, right? These were things, not everything, but these are some things that were obtained in the search at 980 Pine Grove Road. Was the box of cash in there? Where was the box of cash? The box of cash was found at 990. These are items that were seized at 990. We'll go back over that when we're done, okay? But does that illustrate some things?
Quick.
Sure. I just wanted to point out, so I was able to get it open. I do, and just show the court where it says she meets criteria for unsecured judicial release.
Yeah, I saw the pretrial report.
Okay, and then this is also a letter from her doctor, Dr. Diana Vargas, stating that she does in fact have multiple sclerosis. I even went as far as to went and print off some of the MRI.
So one thing is that we're streaming on live stream, so that medical stuff probably shouldn't be shared.
I blocked out all of her. I went and redacted things that I thought would be, that I thought would that are I blocked out all sensitive material. But just really quickly, Your Honor, let me get out of sharing my screen here. Really quickly, a lot of what the state has said are just allegations. And as the court knows, the defendant's guilt or innocence of the underlying charges are not an issue at the bail hearing, especially since the defendant enters the proceeding cloaked with the presumption of innocence. All we have heard now are allegations so far. What we do know is that she has not been convicted of a crime since 2004. That's 2 decades ago. So right now, she enjoys a presumption of innocence. Her criminal history is 2 decades ago. And most importantly, she's suffering from a debilitating disease. And to give her a bond in
Booth 3 North, Booth 3, sit down. 3 North, Booth 3, sit down. Go ahead.
And to give her a bond for $10,000 charges, essentially granting her no bond. And she has been booked in and released and didn't run.
Gotcha.
And the ankle monitor is sufficient. We would ask the court to set a reasonable bond in this case.
No drugs unless prescribed for position 14, Madam Clerk. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with the co-defendant EARNEST Williams and Mr. Majeski. I've got Shirley Strawberry, April Holloway, and what are the other victims?
Nicholas Benzine, Judge. India
Okay.
Young, Tammy Strong, and Sheridan Strawberry.
Got that, Ms. Parham?
I'm going to just say this too real quick. The fact that they named Shirley, the fact that they named people that we know that she used their names makes me think that she used Shirley and Sheridan's names. Okay. Why would Shirley be a victim on her jackets, on her cases, if that were not the case? Okay. So it's quite possible. Now, when she said her lawyer, Bianca, is saying that she worked for Nesto, that's what she's saying. She said that she did all of this stuff at Nesto's request. Nesto was paying her. And he says business partner. She says that she worked for him and he coerced her into doing certain things. Which one is the truth? I'm sure they're going to get her on the stand and they're going to try to chip away at her credibility that she was maybe as equal of a partner in all of this. I don't know, but I wanted you guys to hear this because we've watched Nesto's bail hearings over and over again. This one is one that, you know, I mean, I've shown it several times, but it doesn't get old, especially now that we're looking at a evidence list, and this particular bail hearing speaks to evidence collected because of the vehicle search and warrants that were executed after the vehicle search, right? So this is very kind of relevant because, Erica, these are a lot of things that were found at 990 and 980 Pine Grove Road. So we're going to finish this up and then we'll go back to the list.
Madam Clerk, you got it?
Judge, I got it. I couldn't get to my mute.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county out of the ORCA funds, 24-hour curfew except for court, lawyer, or seek medical attention. Don't leave the state of Georgia. You got to surrender your passport. Let's see. On position 14, I'll do 5,000 per count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 charges on that. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me get the right number. Nope, it's 13. Right, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so it's 5,000 per, because we got aggravated identity fraud times 4 false statements. All right, so that's 5,000 on each count. You can do the math on that. And then on position 15, we have those that I called off, and I'll make those 7,000 per count. And there's 10 counts, right, Madam Clerk? Because you had the 2 and another forgery and another identity theft added also.
Judge, it should be 8 total for that one.
Okay, there's 8. Okay, because it was 7 and 8. So that's 8 charges at $7,000 a piece. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with your co-defendant. Don't leave the state, surrender your passport, and that ankle monitor will be paid for by the county. You can leave for court, lawyer, or seek medical attention.
Oh, Judge, was that going to be cash or surety or cash as the state requested?
I'll tell you what, we'll make it cash. Best
Thank
of
you,
luck
Judge.
to you, ma'am. Oh, and Miss let's see, Miss Calloway, on Odyssey, just so you know, there's warrants from 2003 and 2002, just says foreign warrants, 2 for identity fraud, 1 for deposit from bad check. Just may want to check on that on the back end to make sure that there's nothing, if they shouldn't be there, that they're not holding your client. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Calloway, if you need to reach out to me, feel free to give me a call at any time as well. Okay.
I will.
All right. Carla
And-
Robinson.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
And we know that she did because Erica is home right now, right? Okay, let's look at this real quick. We've seen this before. This is 980 and 990 Pine Grove Road, right? Can y'all see this? Okay, good. All right, we're at 990 and 980 Pine Grove Road. This is 9 on your left is 980, on your right is 990. I'm going to hit the more dates. This is not a magic trick, okay? I am on Google Maps. I'm going to hit more dates and I'm going to look at March of 2022, okay? March of 2022. If you guys are with me, can I get some bingos in the chat, please? I need some bingo, 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 bingo. Let me get some bingo, 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 bingos. Okay. This is where they rated. This is 980. This is 990. Okay. This is 980. Can y'all see? Can you see my okay, you guys can see, right? This is 980. This is 990. Okay. Bingo, 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 bingo. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Bingo, 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 bingo. Somebody's running to their phone right now. They're like, oh my God, let me bingo, 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 bingo. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I'm hitting the date. What date am I going to? I'm going to March 2022. This is when Google went down the street. Okay, you know the little Google car with the camera on top? Baby. Look at us. Okay, look what's in the, okay, so look what's in the driveway. The house was looking beat up. The house was looking toe up. What's right here? That's 980 Pine Grove Road, right? 980, 990. What's in the driveway? Do you see? Bingo, 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 bingo. Hold on a second. Bingo, 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 bingo. Bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo. Bingo, bingo. Bingo. What does that say? You can do this yourself, okay? Go to 990 or 980 Pine Grove Road, and then you click on other dates that Google recorded this home. Just click on other dates, and you'll find it. It's right here. Nesto's, his car was parked there so much that when Google went down the street, it kept, what are the chances that somebody is there that much when you don't know them folks? You don't know them folks, but you didn't even know that house. Why is your vehicle parked out front the same month that you got evicted from Bent Creek Manor? Your car is parked out front. I don't know if that's James Relaford. Now that looks like an Expedition. That doesn't look like a Tahoe, but that's some sort of Ford. Some sort of, maybe that's an Expedition, I think. Something like that. Okay. There's something else back there, but we can't really tell what it is. Let's see. Let's see if we move down the street just a little bit. Girl, we can't see the car. I'm trying to get that nosy look. I can't see behind that post. Clearly, you can tell some scammers are staying there because look how nice the house looks. Well, and that's a different time of year, but it's still kind of overgrown. Look, the gate is locked. Look at that. Because they were still trying to get access back to the house because of the evictions. So they locked the gate. This one doesn't have a gate. This is June 2024. The house is looking much better. The trees are back. Okay. They still got that ratchet. When are they going to get a new mailbox? I have no idea. Girl, they still rocking with that same old mailbox, okay? But all you got to do, you go this, past dates, March 2022. And what's there? Baby Nestos. Okay. All right. Now, you guys know which one is which, right? This is 990. Okay. And this one is 980. Are we clear? 980, 990, right? Okay, here we go. Subsequent warrants were issued off of, what's her name? Off of Natalie. Subsequent warrants were issued, theft by deception, financial transaction fraud at 990. Which one's 990, guys? This one. The one that had Nesto's car in front, okay? Hold on. Let me make sure to give you guys see what we're talking about here? 990, right? Are we back? Okay. 990, right? These are the items that were seized. How do we know it's 990? Because we're looking at the mailbox. Look at the mailbox. 990, 980, right? Items seized. 10 total telephones. One belonging to James Relaford, Erica's husband. 3 iPhones belonging to Erica, black, white, and white. A Samsung that was in the master bathroom. One OnePlus in the master bathroom. 3 TLC phones. 1 rose gold iPhone in the closet. 1 silver iPad. 1 MacBook Air. 1 Apple desktop. 1 HP desktop. You don't think they went through all these computers? Don't you remember in the discovery list when they talked about EK's hard drives? Hello? Do you guys remember when they said on the discovery, go to my videos where I discussed the discovery? Okay. If you want to talk about the discovery lists, we can talk about that tomorrow. Erica King's hard drives, that's probably all of this. Okay. iPad, so the cloud, everything's in the cloud, but they may have taken things out of the hard drives, the HP, all of those things. There was a camo bag with a wallet and 3 driver's license, 3 credit cards. Whose names were they in, girl? We don't know. They had a checkbook for someone named India Young. There was a Fendi wallet with multiple cards. There were legal stamps, 2 to 5 found in a closet. There are vehicles, a Rolls Royce Ghost and a Cadillac Escalade Silver. 2 keys for a Honda and a Rolls Royce. A box of money, fake money, potentially, we don't know. 4 notebooks, a Georgia driver's license number blank, name and image Tammy Strong. So she had a driver's license with other people's names, paper temporary driver's license and an actual driver's license found in document Tammy Strong interview. So they talked to Tammy Strong and she's like, I don't know what the fuck. Copy of Georgia Secretary of State professional licensing report for Tammy Strong issued. Georgia registered professional nurse. So they had her nursing license for what? Was she working as an, like, was she over here practicing medicine, pretending to be people? Not practicing medicine like a doctor, but working as a nurse. Like, who would need a registered nurse's license for what? And you had her ID. Well, they had an ambulance. Hopefully they weren't trying to run a medical transport company. I mean, what the hell? IRS notifications, EIN numbers. Again, Tammy Renee Strong. EIN number for Tammy Renee Strong. Tammy Renee Strong, Tammy Virgil Strong. 980. This is 980 with the white SUV. They took the Bentley. So that was at 980. The black Harley that was Regina Delaney's. I guess she, I don't know. A blue Harley belonging to Olivia. A red, the ambulance. Okay. Searched for and found multiple boxes with name Christine Mays, possibly car parts per affidavit. Car parts totaling $1,100 or $1,000. A mess. A mess. Are these two above counterfeit money? Absolutely not. I can believe it. I don't know what that meant, fake money. I think fake money means counterfeit money. Oh, I'm sorry. I think fake money means counterfeit money. So this whole thing at Bent Creek Manor, that's the reason why Shirley got taxed like damn $50,000 garnishment out of her paycheck, because Erica King was over there fooling around. And at the end of the day, they were squatting in those people's houses for almost 2 years, didn't pay rent, and tried to use the COVID provisions to not pay rent. So this was all in the document that Ernest's lawyer, Sean Hoover, filed. This is the document Sean did not want us to see. This is the document that he tried to suppress the public's ability to be informed regarding a RICO case where this person has been frauding and being a menace in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, and in many other places. So, and this was a interesting read as far as like documents are concerned, and it was a lot. I don't take, like, it's not a it's a kiki, because Nesto is so arrogant and so is his sidekick. At the end of the day, though, if it doesn't hold water, it doesn't hold water. I'm not saying it doesn't hold water, but it seems that some of the questions that we had along the way, marriage also gives certain privileges, and the fact that his marriage was null and void, whether he wants to cop to being aware of being married or not, that's not really a defense. He can say that he thought that those women are smart women, professional women, and if they said he was divorced, then damn it, he was divorced. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You can think that you thought you were divorced all you want, but you weren't. At the end of the day, that's not an excuse, and that doesn't extend you the privileges at all. So that's my point. I mean, he cannot know. Shirley could have been aware after the fact, but wasn't a party to. They have her listed as a victim. Initially, they didn't know what Shirley was, but then they classified her as a victim. So clearly there was something that made them add her to a victim list, right, Jen? Well, if you look at it this way, if they wanted to prosecute Erica, they didn't have anyone to tell them. We don't know what kind of system she used. I'm not saying it's elaborate. I don't know anything about it. But if she knows where the bodies are buried, and I'm using that, it's a phrase, right? There's no bodies as far as we know. If she knows where the bodies are buried, they needed her. And let her fool around and mess around. She's going to go to prison she'll have her sentence probated and she'll be going to prison. She has the opportunity right now to live a quiet life and have her life back, right? If she decides to do anything other than that, if she also decides to get on the stand and be less than truthful and less than helpful, then she can end up going to prison. Because part of her agreement is that she is going to fully cooperate with law enforcement and the prosecutor. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just saying if she would have gone to jail, maybe she should have held out and not helped, but she would be sitting in jail for 3 years. And I guess that's not what she wanted to do. I think her coming forward and pleading guilty, she got a deal. It's possible they could have fought the case without it, but I don't know. She lucked up. I agree, because there are people who she hurt and harmed by these frauds, right? Her fraud caused people, it caused them a lot of pain and misery and lifelock and all of those things. So absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, we've been victim of identity theft over here, and it was quite scary, but thankfully our case got cleared in a couple different ways, and I don't even want to talk too much about it, but it was awful. Okay? It was awful. Okay? And I get it. So Erica's what you call a factor 12 here in New Jersey. What's a factor 12 in New Jersey? Factor 12 in New Jersey. Factor 12 in New Jersey sentencing is a defendant's willingness to cooperate with law enforcement. It is a mitigating factor that can be considered when determining a sentence. Other factors can be considered. So basically coming in on a proffer, whether the defendant is likely to respond well to probation, whether the dependents would be harmed by imprisonment, whether the defendant is a youth whose behavior is influenced by an older person, whether a defendant committed a crime against a victim who was disabled or 60 or older, whether a defendant committed a crime using fraudulent or deceptive practices. Absolutely. It's not the first time. Erica took advantage, Erica took advantage of some opportunities, and she's home tonight, making cookies, making dinner, enjoying her life, right? Nesto is sitting in jail. I'm so sorry. My kids said the F word. Oh, okay. Okay, guys. What else did we have? I showed you guys this. We talked about the motion to suppress. We saw a video. We took a call. All of you guys are not wanting to call in anymore. Which okay. I think didn't I have the call in up there? I guess I did not. I had dropped it, but okay. EK has said that Nesto was her boss. She's saying like, yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, Erica gave up everything. We don't know what else she may have shared. Oh, another thing. Okay. I remember now. Just a second. Okay. I just want to see. Let's see. Hold up a second. I don't know where that guy's okay. I don't know whose channel this is again. Okay. I'm just going to replay this and I'm just going to let's see. In like a bird, and we already know, and we could. I young handle.
I think some niggas was some people was trying to like pimp on you.
Yeah, that was Shirley with the strawberry letter. Nesto. So it was a woman by the name of Erica King. I get a message one day. So I just got on Instagram. And
let me say this too. Charleston White has a way of talking. He definitely. Let's see if his story. I think his story is pretty consistent. It's like he tells the story the exact same way. He speaks more clear than Nesto, but this dude does not like his. If you got kids around, be forewarned and forearmed. Get your headphones on because he uses the language. Okay, you think Nesto's bad? So he's a grown man and he's clearly, you know what I'm saying? He has a certain aesthetic and he speaks a certain way. So just know if you got kids around, you don't want them hearing out, okay?
Yeah. That bitch shot up to 100,000. Yeah. And I mean that bitch just shooting up. And this is all organically.
Yeah.
And I'm doing everything wrong. I'm posting like I'm on Facebook, long paragraph.
I'm like, yo, Charleston, stop posting the memes, dog.
Yeah,
you posting pictures and
man,
shit.
I'm Facebooking it like a motherfucker on Instagram, like an old nigga. So, nigga, I don't know. I'm Facebook king. So I don't know. So I get a message one day. Said, hey, how much would you charge me to be my life coach? So naturally, nigga go look and see what the woman look like. You don't think what to charge the bitch. Nigga, I want some pussy. That's, you say you want to charge, but nigga take pussy to life coach. You'll take payment at first once y'all.
And talking like a man. Okay. Hello. Okay.
Start liking each other. And that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Right. So I meet this woman. We talk and I didn't have an iPhone, so we talked through Messenger. So she said, James, something to James.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Do you guys remember when Erica, if you did not see this, I'm gonna bubble up some videos today and I'm going to make an Erica King playlist. Do you recall Erica King's bail hearing? Okay, so we just listened to the bail hearing. Okay, so we're not going through that. And there is an Erica King playlist in my playlist. So if that's of interest to you, it's already there.
Yeah. She said, James, I'm getting on the elevator. I said, elevator? So that's what I'm saying to myself. Elevator? Man, I know this bitch ain't got no house with an elevator. So she said, yeah, go live. I don't even want to show you. So they scamming me. Nigga, I ain't blue nowhere. So they picked me, right? So the next conversation was, how soon can you come to Atlanta? We want to put you in media training. God damn it, I done made. Man, shit. So, nigga, when I get there, I had them dreads, I had that motherfucking black. I put on my best motherfucking outfit, that motherfucking Muhammad Ali, a cool outfit, all black. That was my best that was my go-to outfit. Guaranteed to get some pussy when I wear it. Boy, I go up there, nigga, looking dusty. With them princess cut diamonds in my mouth. She thought they were some old rusty golds until she saw me in person. She said, oh, you. So when I'm standing outside, little old country nigga, first time in Atlanta, I'm on the phone with my nigga. I said, shit, nigga, she say she out here. I said, shit, nigga, I know this ain't her in this motherfucking white motherfucking Rolls Royce with the motherfucking butler standing out there. She called and said, hey, I'm in the white car.
He said the white motherfucking Rolls Royce with the butler outside. James, the real James Relaford is dead, but that doesn't mean that that you can't get someone to use someone's name. How many names did Erica King have? Erica King had about 13 names, y'all, including a lawyer from DC, April Holloway. So let's remember James Isn't it more convenient to use a name of a dead person than a person who's live? Okay, than alive. Okay, bullet hole. Okay, all right.
I tell me, say, I was on the phone. Say, nigga, she in the motherfucking Rolls Royce. Man, shit, nigga, I fuck around. I come back home because I had been looking through the pictures.
Yeah.
And the pictures, you know, she had got the BBL, so she was looking good in the motherfucker. Get in that motherfucker, boy, she was dressed like the Atlanta housewife hoes look. You know, the love and hip hop hoes. You know how they got that look. So that's fascinating too, because we watch it on TV. And we in the motherfucking Rolls Royce with a driver. And he opened the door and took a nigga luggage. Man, I don't know. I ain't know what to do. So we get to the house. It's a 3-story house. It's probably 1.82 million elevator in it. You got Bentley's, all this in the driveway. I'm being scammed, my nigga, but I don't know this.
Go ahead, my bad.
So, nigga, she go upstairs and get out that fancy motherfucking shit with all that jewelry on and come down with them motherfucking loose booty shorts on, showing that motherfucking nice BBL. And nigga, I damn near nut up. Cause I mean, man, I'm in my mind, nigga, this is a rich bitch, nigga, man, god damn. Nigga, they rocking me to sleep. So, that first night we chilled and kick it. She still working me over with the life coach shit. You know, with the praise and admiration. But putting everything in my face. Boy, that motherfucking nigga Shaka Zulu said, how did you trap a monkey? With shiny objects. So that's how they trap us, homie, with these shiny motherfucking eyes. They got me too. So so I stayed there like 3 days. I come back within probably a week later. So now they offer me a contract. But they trying to rush it so fast because I'm so green. I'm gang tight, but I don't know nothing about this industry shit.
Yeah.
So they running circles around me. So they had me sign a contract that was outdated. I don't know it's outdated at the time. They just rushed me to get me to sign it. So now I'm going through media training. So at that time, I probably had seen Nesto probably a couple times. So he come over, introduce himself. So he played real laid back and cool. He just been to the feds and everything. Handsome old nigga with the gray beard that still can fuck the young hoe. And so Shirley with the strawberry letter, they pulling up in the motherfucking Bentleys and Rolls Royce. Nesto driving her. So nigga, I'm amazed by this shit. You know what I'm saying, nigga? And I'm in a motherfucking 3-story.
I love how he calls her Shirley with the strawberry. Shirley with the strawberry letter pulls up. Okay. Nesto driving. Okay.
And they let me cap like this mine. Yeah, they let me in every time I go upstairs. I got Fendi, so that's what you see me with the I got all this name brand. So nigga, they rocking me to sleep. Only to try to groom me to become Kevin Samuels, you know, to be his, you know, to go against him. So that was the whole.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. Yeah, they wanted me.
They told you that?
Yeah, they were grooming me. So if you remember in the beginning, I was attacking him.
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about him. Had never watched none of his videos. So they were grooming me to be his nemesis.
I remember that.
So that second trip, nigga, she brought.
So according to this story, Nesto can't play like he didn't know Fandy. Okay. Nesto was, or just Booster Fendi. It could have been some of that. Look, let me tell you something. These people, they will run right out the store. They will run right out the store and jump on the elevator or run out the door. Okay. He was very well on the internet. They saw what Kevin Samuels was doing and they wanted Charleston White. They wanted to dress him up and come against Kevin, I guess, on YouTube.
Bring that motherfucking champagne out with me. She bring that motherfucking high dollar Dom Perignon champagne out. We end up going downstairs to that motherfucking bottom floor with a big ass motherfucking room, or the motherfucking shower like a room. And nigga, we cut that radio on so James can't hear us fucking. Boy, I took that motherfucking coffee. I took that motherfucking coffee up there and put that coffee dick on her. And boy, James heard everything rocking. Yeah, boy, that coffee had that dick blowed up bigger than what it's supposed to be. And that motherfucker got a look on it. You hear me? That bitch look like that rhino
coffee.
Dick. What? Let me show you. Yeah, I'm gonna got that motherfucking coffee dick. Boy, that motherfucker had that motherfucker looking like that rhino dick. Now, don't y'all go look at no rhino dick. Nah, that motherfucking coffee. This one you want to style and pro. So, boy, I take that motherfucking coffee dick up there and spring her. I give you some. But you ever get into it with your girl, nigga, you can smooth out everything. I ain't bullshit. Man, shit, you can't fuck like that without.
If you ever get into an argument with your man and he goes and makes a cup of coffee, go ahead and go get out the way. I had no idea about this. This is some guy talk that most of us ladies are not typically privy to. So if y'all having an argument and all of a sudden sir offers you a nice cup of coffee, sis, we're learning some tricks right now, okay? Girl.
Got this here. But listen, so nigga, I put that coffee dick on and spring her. Now I don't know. James is an old nigga, right? Like 50-something years old. He playing butler. Nigga, she don't touch nothing out the cabinet. She don't know what's in the by James. So I'm saying we got a butler. So nigga, James is that I beck and call. The whole game is nigga James is really her husband. Nesto, everybody, man, you can't tell me Shirley with the strawberry letter wasn't in on it. Everybody running circles around me. So me and the bitch fucking now. Now she want to know how much money you say your wife gave you. I'm gonna buy. So now, nigga, I'm ready to call home and say, baby, listen, we go play like we getting divorced. I can get about 100,000 out this bitch. So now I'm hollering about playing, but I ain't playing. I'm thinking about leaving my wife to come be with this rich bitch. And yeah, I just go send you some money, baby.
So you walking all throughout the crib and you haven't met the husband yet?
James is the husband, but he playing the butler. Okay, I'm thinking James is the butler.
Okay.
James playing a hell of a role.
So you met him plenty of times.
He the nigga standing outside the door playing butler.
Bringing you the food.
He
whatever.
Cooking, he waiting on hand and foot. And I'm plunging in his wife, and he up there playing like he got to go to work in the morning.
She younger than him?
Way younger than him. She younger than me. So and she was a nice looking chick.
He knew you was hitting that.
I was making noise with that coffee dick. Boy, you hear me? Boy, you ain't no silence with that motherfucker there. You lying to me. Pressing knob, nigga. So he had told her. So the next day she said, we gotta be quiet. We went to the third floor this time.
Girl, that wandering eye. I was wondering if anybody else saw it. I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, one of his eyeballs is all over the place. Okay.
Because he can hear her making noise on the bottom. So we went up to the 3rd floor. So nigga, she laying all the motherfucking D's out. So now she telling, say, look, show Sauce Walker this. That when Sauce Walker had just got his Rolls Royce or something. So she's saying, show the D's on this. Tell Sauce Walker you can't get no Savage. So I went to fucking with Sauce. She laying out all the D's to the Lamborghini truck. Yeah, homie, they scamming. I'm talking about that's big shit. So the homie PGF Shout, the rapper, he booked me. He the first rapper booked me to do an intro and an outro on a song, that Statistic song. So she hollered at him. She set up the booking, $5,000. Boy, this is my first big payday. Man, all I gotta do a song. So he cash out me $2,500. She take the other $2,500. But I'm here when I get the $2,500, right? So I'm supposed to get the other $2,500 when I get there. So when I get there, she trying to play lovey-dovey. Bitch, I want that $2,500. He said he gave you.
He's not playing about it. Look, $2,500. He wasn't playing about his money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she trying to play lovey-dovey. So I think it was All-Star Weekend. That's when me and Shannon Briggs met for the first time. We kick it like a motherfucking KOD. I don't give her none of that coffee dick. Boy, I met that motherfucking KOD.
See, and the reason why Sonya, in my opinions, Sonya was living in Atlanta. She was sick. Maybe that's why she loves telling everybody how sick she was. But she had some connection to KOD. They talk about KOD a lot. And maybe KOD is big in Atlanta. I'm assuming it is, King of Diamonds. But there's some KOD connection. These people have all crossed paths. I don't know when Nesto and Sonya met and she was in them little tight shorts. Was that at KOD? That might have been the club where they met at. Even though she told the story on Tasha K that they met looking for real estate, we know that that's a lie because they had a good laugh about that. When she said, this is the story I'm telling about how we met, and her and Nesto sat and laughed. Because we all know that Nesto talked about that first time I saw you and we met, or the night we met and da-da-da-da-da. It doesn't, there was nothing about, and we met outside looking for some damn real estate. We know that that's a lie, okay? It's a lie, it's a lie. KOD has something to do with something. He just mentioned KOD. Sonya lived in Atlanta, in between living in Florida. Her daughter and her son was in Florida. She was in between, I guess, Florida, Atlanta. I don't know. But there is a KOD connection, and maybe that's how some of these people met. But you hear Charleston White mentioning KOD. Even just the other day when she mentioned about going out with her son and her daughter, and this was the first time that they were going out. And Nesta was like, you haven't been out with your son and daughter before? Like, what's going on? Oh, yeah, we went to a Mother's Day Mary J. Blige thing at KOD. Like, who? Like, okay, we're not going to talk about that at this moment, but Sonya has some sort of a tie with KOD. Just remember that and put that in the back of your head. They met, it was something about at a gas station, but there was some sort of a pickup at a club. There was some sort of club situation. There was the RV. The story gets expanded upon through conversations when you're listening, but it was outside. She was at they were at the gas station. Who knows? The gas station could have been across the street from a club. There were a couple of scenarios of the same story involving someone picking up in a black truck, or I was in a white truck and somebody was in a black truck. Like when he was saying, yeah, Dion knows who you are. He remembers who you are. He's an OG. He remembers you the night that she met Dion for the first time. And so anyway, let's not get into that. So, but my point is KOD has some sort of tie-in.
Yeah, with that coffee dick sitting at the bar, trying to knock me something. Done left her back here, right? So when I come back, I don't give her that coffee dick, and I got the Uber to the airport. I'm saying, say, man, where that $2,500 at? And the bitch go crazy. Oh, you think you finna just fuck? You ain't gonna fuck me. You finna go fuck your wife, man. Man, where that 2,500? Get out my house. And the bitch go to tripping. I was out on bond for that aggravated assault shit with the deadly weapon with half a body. So I had to play it real cool because my bondman had this address, because this is where the bondman got me checking in it with my GPS shit. So the bitch hollering, get out. I said, oh, this one of them kind of hoes. And the bitch tried to kick my suitcase and damn near fall down the stair. Man, I hurry up and run out the goddamn house before I catch one of them bullshit domestic violence. Bitch, yeah, I ain't one of them kind of nigga. So as I'm going outside, James coming in saying, what's wrong? Man, this bitch crazy. So I hit Shannon Briggs. I Uber to KOD, party with that nigga all night long. And so I burn off. And so I don't hear from her no while. So now, this where the fuckery come. You signed to a contract. So she talking that shit about she go sue me, they go do this and all this other kind of shit. And then she hollering she pregnant. Yeah, then she hollering she pregnant.
Okay, let's stop right there. So yes, KOD is King of Diamonds. All right, let's keep going. So Erica King, we do know, I think she has a son, maybe. She has one child that she lost custody to, that is being taken care of by her sister. And I want to say it's a son. I could be wrong. I think she has one child, maybe she has two, but I know specifically she has one that is in the custody of her sister. She lost custody to her kid. Why? I cannot tell you. I don't know the details on that. Maybe that's come out elsewhere, but I don't have that information. If I can find anything about it, I will let y'all know. But let's keep going. Well, it was a $5,000 payday. And he got half the money and the other half is now, this is what he's talking about. But like he said, money, and it's not.
So go to a few, we meet up in Miami. Go to a few resorts. That coffee dick a motherfucker, you hear me? You can't give him that coffee dick and then don't come back with that motherfucking wet noodle piece, you hear me? Yeah, nah, them hoes go to tripping.
Not the wet noodle piece, okay?
Yeah, they go think you been fucking. Yeah, cause that month, yeah. So we get into it in Florida. And nigga, we part ways. And I don't see her for a while. So the bitch playing like she pregnant.
Trying to keep you around.
Yeah, bitch playing like she don't know I'm a rotten motherfucker. I got these two right here to make up for a motherfucker I don't know. So she sending me pictures and shit, nigga, all that. She done been to the delivery room. So I'm playing cold-hearted like a motherfucker. She trying to, she doing all kind of shit. So we lose contact. I don't know her and Nesto. That's how I lost my first YouTube channel. They hit me for like 20,000 out of my bank account because the contract that they had, you get your ID, like a real job, you're 1099. So they got my information. So nigga, I'm looking through the contract thinking they really got me. I said, man, this motherfucker outdated. Oh, bitch, y'all tried to do something slick and fucked up and gave me one of y'all old outdated contract. This shit void. But nigga, they so cold, they don't went and created a fake marriage certificate like me and this bitch married. So that's why you see when she was on Tasha K, she was saying I'm her wife. When she was doing all them interviews on YouTube, the bitch was saying I'm her wife. Like me and my wife ain't really married. Man, they had a fake motherfucking marriage certificate. Not only that, me and her and Nesto were creating fake judgments against me. Like the court was putting judgments out against me. So the bitch was playing like she was in law school. She graduated from Auburn. So these ain't no dumb motherfuckers. And Nesto a fed nigga. So nigga, they done created fake judgment, sending it to my bank. Niggas snatching the money, getting YouTube to give the money over her as my wife. Man, they got a mean motherfucking game. Not only that, they done went and created non-profits in my name. Cause I got a great reputation in the non-profit world. So they got me. So I don't know none of this happening. I just know, nigga, I ain't Yeah, I ain't talked to the bitch. Yeah. And so yeah, I ain't talked to the bitch. So she doing all these interviews on YouTube. So my wife seeing this shit. Yeah. I tried to deny it at first. But yeah, nigga can't lie for long. Yeah, you feel like you're a coward. So yeah, baby, this bitch was rich, baby. I ain't never been this man. Maybe yeah, man, you can't take a poor nigga up to the castle and think if the queen wanna fuck him, he ain't gonna fuck the queen, and he been a peasant all that motherfucking life. Anybody can fuck the peasant. So yeah, so yeah, nigga, I was a peasant. Yeah, I come out the pasture and went to the palace. And yeah, like the nigga slave getting into the house. So I don't know. None of this is happening, my nigga. I get booked for Young Jock's morning radio show. Me and Shouty talking on her. I'm telling this story. He said, man, that sound like the bitch got me. That sound like the bitch got me. I said, yeah, man, that sound like the same bitch got me. We talking on her saying this. So we like, man, it got to be the same bitch. Man, I checked, man, this same. So, man, they done try to take Shouty mama house. They done got a new NFL recruit. So they got a whole bunch of motherfuckers. But what really happened, they got an elder prominent woman in Atlanta and took her house and many other properties. So right after me and Shouty have this conversation on live in air in Atlanta, a news report come out. So they had got arrested like last year in June or July. But they didn't put it on the news or nothing until like October or November of that year, right when I had my first comedy show. So I'm reading the motherfucking paper. I said, man, Erica King, Nesto. I said, man, I know them. So I hit my Atlanta partner and said, man, I know them. The detectives and the FBI had already been trying to contact me. They just couldn't find me. So I had lost my ID. So I thought in KOD. Nigga, them hoes ran the play on me to get my wallet. So you know what I'm saying? So I go to Caldwell County, meet with the detective.
Look, they said they found what? 3 driver's license. You think one of the driver's license up there in Erica's house was Charleston White? This is almost done. After this, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, man, they did a number. So they got me
That's
for probably over some hundreds.
Damn.
So yeah, my nigga. So yeah. Shout out to Shirley with the strawberry letter, Raglan Hub and Nesto. So they put it on the news. They stay in jail. So I think here recently, Nesto just got released not too long ago. And then he got rearrested for when they got his computer. He probably had, I think, some child sex porn on it or something. So yeah, man, they a rotten motherfucker. But it taught me, nigga, don't let nobody handle you. You don't sign no agent. So nigga, that's why I've been me. Nigga, I answer my phone call. Everything comes, don't nobody touch my money. So nigga, it made me tighten up. And so what I said was, I done seen every story in every movie, from James Brown, Michael Jackson. Everybody get fucked in the beginning, nigga. So be willing to take the fucking, but go in knowing you go get fucked. Pay attention. Don't get excited so you can minimize the fucking so you don't have to fuck nobody. Because you're gonna get fucked. Every level you're gonna get fucked because you don't know. And who's gonna come in and teach you and sit you down? They're gonna fuck you. So nigga, you have to learn, ask questions. Pay attention to certain mother. So that's how you go learn. So a lot of times the fucking over, that's the blessing. It's that lesson that you got in being fucked over. It won't happen no more. And boy, I've been flourishing every goddamn since then. So it made me start studying the internet. It made me start studying marketing and branding and advertising. And so I didn't know that they could buy followers. So when I signed to them, they were buying followers to blow my page up so big to make it look like they had done this. Like they had blew me up. And so that nigga, I was taking all them professional pictures and all the name brand shit. And so they was putting that on my tab.
Okay, let me stop right there real quick. So when Nesto had these clients, let's say the real estate agent, when Nesto had the real estate agent, the teacher who sold Mary Kay, the young lady who he was casting couch and sexually assaulted. What was one of the things he promised? He said he was going to blow up their internet. He said he was going to work on their social media. He had Dominique, his assistant Dominique, was going to work on the social media. She was, they were going to coach them through this social media thing and help them grow their social media and their business presence, right? So Charleston White is telling you right here what they were doing was they were buying subs, and they wanted to make it seem like it was organic traffic, but it wasn't organic traffic. It was bought subs. And they're thinking, he's thinking he's getting popular, but really they're paying whatever you pay to buy subs and maybe not blowing up in the way he thought he was, even though he had a strong Facebook presence. It was giving him the impression he was growing on Instagram and on YouTube, which we know that those are all very different platforms. He ended up blowing up anyway, because if it's for you and it'll happen, right? However, they had him under a contract they had him under some sort of a talent agreement, and they were juicing him for his money. So, okay, y'all, I pinned the link to this video in the chat, but I shared this as a throwback a couple of days ago. So when I share a throwback, usually I'm sharing it for a reason, because it's like it makes sense because other stuff is going on. But at the end of the day, we went over it. But this video has the Erica King, it has the Tasha K interview with Nesto. Just if you hadn't seen this video that I have pinned in the chat, go check it out. Otherwise, if you're on the replay, and Facebook, it's in there for you guys too. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. And not the comments. I'm getting tired now. In my description box. And that's it. That's all. Okay, guys, this was fun. I hope you guys feel like we got caught up. If you guys have any questions about anything specific, if you're too shy to call in and you want to ask a question, just put like Q&A or something like that. If you have a question, or maybe put 2 question marks or something, ask your question, and then I can just address the questions in either a short or in a addressing the comments video or something, because I know y'all got opinions and thoughts. I know y'all got stuff you want to say. Okay. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to answer your questions if you want, if you want to know what I think, or if I'm able to answer the question for you. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. This was so much fun. You guys are so amazing. And this week was a doozy. It was good, and we got a lot accomplished. And I don't know if I'm going to stream ASAP Rocky. I don't know if you guys were really into that. I might be watching anyway and just give my update on what happened. So I don't know if I'm going to spend time streaming that or not. I don't know. There's so many other things coming up that I want to spend time on, like the Stephen Starnes case, Madeline Soto, the CCM case, which I think is going to be super interesting. And there's just other stuff going on. So I don't know that I'm going to get to ASAP Rocky tomorrow, but I'll be watching. So if anyone's watching and keeping up, then let me know. And I can provide an update, or you were into it. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time for me to spend online. And if I'm not live, I can be watching just like you guys and cooking and doing whatever, and not just sitting at my desk for 8 hours. So, we'll see. We shall see. On days, if he takes the stand, I'll definitely cover it. So if you're into it, I encourage you guys to stay into it. And if he takes the stand or there's something interesting going on, we'll cover it. You know what I mean? But you know, I think that's it. If you guys are in my Patreon, I did open a chat room for Patreon members, including free members. It's like an all member chat. So if you're in Patreon and you have tea to drop or you want to see what's going on, or I put up a announcement or something like that and you get notifications over there, it's useful because I know sometimes you guys say you don't get notifications, and I'm going to try to use that a little bit more because there's, you know, there's a nice number of you guys over there. So if you don't get notifications, turn your notifications on so you can be notified when I drop some information over there. Anyway, guys, you guys take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.